We have with us today the sheriff from Tarrant County, Texas, which is where Fort Worth is located, Sheriff Weber.
Thank you, Governor, and Mr. President, welcome to Texas, sir. And what a great place to be, and thank you for coming down here, and thank all the leadership, Governor, and the rest of the leadership that you brought, and our congressional delegation, put a light on this to broaden it so the rest of America sees what we're doing down here and what we're going through, because it is affecting all across the nation. Is that as we shine this light, I am from Tarrant County, it's the third largest county in Texas, 15th in the country, is that we've experienced, and our current intel as of yesterday is that a year ago, fentanyl was barely on our radar. Well, today, the intelligence that I have is that it has flooded our area, and even low-level dealers are now having large quantities of fentanyl. And not only do they use it in the pill press, which makes it look like a safe drug to the young people, they think it's something safe, is that they're also lacing it with heroin and methamphetamines and other drugs. And we have seen, for instance, methamphetamine since January, where it was $50 a gram on the street, to now about $15 to $20 a gram. So we're facing just an abundance of dough as it comes in. And currently, you know, as the governor said, it only takes 2 to 3 milligrams of fentanyl to kill somebody. And what we're experiencing in Tarrant County, way beyond the border, we're a hub. We know that we're a hub where we have cartel agents embedded up there that we're trying to locate and arrest and prosecute. And we're doing a pretty good job of that in some cases. But we know that as it comes into the county is that it does have an effect. And we're seeing a 50% increase in deadly overdoses this year. In fact, in the first quarter of 21, it was 3 times the amount it was last year with fentanyl overdoses. And, you know, to that end, the group of people that it's hitting is the 16 to 24-year-old group because, again, it appears to be a safe drug. They think it's a pharmaceutical drug because of these pill presses that they're using. And while everybody in this room are great partners, is that we do not want the next mom to walk into that bedroom, as occurred in Tarrant County just a month ago, and her 15-year-old's dead because they OD'd on fentanyl. They got a hold of something that they thought was safe, and they had no idea that it was pressed in some cartel lab far, far away. But today, as we talk about this today, is that we know that the cartel, the Mexican drug cartel, is responsible for where it's going. It's going all over the country. I'm in Fort Worth, but it's happening, and I'd be remiss to say it's on every sheriff and every chief and every director of public safety's radar is this business of fentanyl and the deadliness of the threat it is to us as it continues to grow.
Coming in from China?
Pardon me?
Coming in from China?
No, sir, it's coming in from the cartel. That China is finding.
Are they getting it from China?
They are getting it from China, but they find it easier to come through the United States. It's an easier port to come up through the United States.
And the thing is, like a lot of people are pointing out, that place down there in Atlanta, that was a low-key hoe house. And ain't nobody really talking about how that was a hoe house. If we're going to start talking that model minority stuff, that was a hoe house. Let me tell you something else, man, about the streets of LA. We talk, let me talk about it. And I don't talk too much about street business. I just don't. I don't talk too much, but let me tell you something. See, black folks, we get caught up. Anything we do, you know, we get big numbers thrown at us. A lot of street business, especially out here in LA, a lot of Asian people run a lot of shit on the streets out here. You understand what I'm telling you? All my LA people who's some hustlers, y'all know what I'm talking about. On the streets out here, a lot of Asians be into some street shit. A lot of them. They got all types of little hustles and stuff going on out here. Man, please, if you want to get some guns, some dope, or whatever, you go see some of these Asian dudes, man. They run a lot of stuff on the streets out here, dude. Some of those Asian gangs, the Asian mafia, they run a lot of street business out here, dude. And I'm not saying no names or anything. I'm just talking in general, okay? I'm just saying in general. And the police know. The police know. But nigga, the Asian dudes, they run a lot of underground street shit. You got to go through them for the plug. A lot of them. You got to go through them. They're the plug. People think it's the Hispanics. It's the Asians, dude. They the plug out here, dude. They are the plug. I'm telling you what I know. San Francisco too. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. San Francisco too. Heavy. Wasn't that China Mac dude into all that stuff? Dude, I know so many Korean and Vietnamese gangsters out here, dude. Or knew. I don't really correspond with them now, but back in the day when I was up in the streets, we used to deal with them all the time. I dealt with them all the time for a lot of stuff. Now, we were just talking, you know, what we talking what we talking. You know, people know. I ain't snitching on nobody. I'm just telling you the game. I'm just telling you the game. They got all types of scams, black market stuff going on out here. They're the main ones. Got a lot of stuff going on out. Nigga, if you got the credit card scam hookups, you would have to go through them. Man, please. And the police they don't ever get busted or nothing. Police just turn a blind eye to that shit. Dude, they got the plug on a lot of stuff because they got access to ships. I'm careful. No, I'm talking in general. I'm talking some back in the day stuff. But the people know what I'm talking about. Nigga, they got those ships coming in and out of here down in by Long Beach, and man, dude, they got them ships coming in and out of here, man. You better just imagine what's on them ships. All right? They run them ports, dude. Dude, they got stuff coming off them ships you couldn't even imagine. Where do you think we get stuff from on the streets, man? Where do you think we get it from? If you see a nigga selling anything, where do you think he got it from? Just put two and two together, dude. And we don't even have to get on the human trafficking. I won't even go there. We don't even have to go there. The human trafficking is for real, for real, for real. But they don't ever get locked up, though. They don't ever get locked up for that. When you go to the county, you see only a handful of Asian dudes. Man, they got all types of stuff. Law enforcement just looks the other way. But then they got us talking about we're going to have to pull ourselves up and we got to stop it. What about black on black crime? And man, please. We won't even get on the counterfeit clothes and the bootleg films and the pirated movies and the knockoffs jewelry and man, please. Man, you go up to the swap meet and pull one of them to the side and just start asking them about some stuff. You go to the swap meet and pull one of them to the side and start asking about some things. They sell more than those little bootleg FUBU and Gucci shirts. They sell more than that. They're into all types of stuff, dude. See, I want black folks to get off this thing where everybody else is a damn model minority, and because there's some niggas committing crime, we're all supposed to be denigrated. Man, please. I really want us to get off that. We don't commit half the crimes these other groups commit. They control the criminal activity that goes on the streets. They're the plug for our criminal activity. They're the plug. But we got to hold the bag for being the criminal class. No, I want black folks to get off that bullshit. Counterfeit money, all that stuff, dude. They got all of it. I've seen it all with the Asians here in LA. These are just facts. Y'all can start Googling some of the stuff I'm talking about. They got the plug on counterfeit money, the plug on the fake IDs, the plug on the fake passports, the plug on the damn hot guns. Man, please. You think? They got the black market, the underground market covered. They got you thinking it's just the Mexicans and the Colombians. That's the movie shit. No, they never mention the Asians and their hand in that stuff. They never mention them.
No, sir, it's coming in from the cartel that China is
Are
finding.
they getting it from China?
They are getting it from China, but they find it easier to come through the United States. It's an easier port to come up through the United States. And as we interview people we caught, that's what they're telling us way up in Tarrant County, is it's coming right directly from this border. And we believe because of all that, I certainly believe, and I believe the law enforcement in the room, is that the drug cartels in Mexico should be the #1 enemy of American law enforcement, plain and simple.
They got you thinking it's just the Mexicans and the Colombians. That's the movie shit. No, they never mention the Asians and their hand in that stuff. They never mention them. Yeah? They kind of protect them to a certain degree. Yeah, they're like Frank Lucas. Frank Lucas got his dope. Remember, he was getting his dope from Asia. You know? That's where a lot of the dope is coming from there. It ain't just coming from no damn South America. Man, please, come on. Yeah, they got you thinking all the dope is coming from damn South America. Man, come on. Yeah, don't let nobody run that model minority game on you. We heavy in here. Shout out, we about to get 8,000 people in here. We're in here very heavy. But yeah, a lot of stuff is brought over from some of these Asian countries, man. They into a lot of stuff. I got a call. Remember when I told y'all I got a call from Homeland Security because some Asians were bootlegging my movies. I got a call from Homeland Security where they had a whole big shipment of my movies on a damn ship. There was no record of it nowhere because you got to get stuff cleared. So Homeland Security hit me up like, hey man, there's a shipment of like hundreds of thousands of your movies coming over here. Do you have anything to do with that? And how come it wasn't cleared through customs and whoop-de-whoop? I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about? What? Who? Yeah, from China, a shipload of your movies came over here from China. And they're calling me, asking me about the shit. I'm like, I don't know nothing about that shit. I think I showed the email on Twitter. I'm like, whoa. Then I never heard from Homeland Security. I'm like, yeah, give me some names so I can go get my damn movies back. You know? Dude, that's the plug. I'm telling you, dude. A lot of stuff on the streets come from some of those Asian countries. That fentanyl and all that stuff. A lot of that stuff comes from there. Yeah?
I was homeless at one point. I was selling my body to try to make ends meet so I could keep getting high. In a weird way that there's like no way out in some senses. Obviously it's highly addictive and super deadly. I overdosed myself several times. Miraculous that I did live to see this part of my life. February 10th of 2017, almost 2 years ago, my significant other, James Diffendarfer, he died of a fentanyl overdose. James and I, it was love at first sight, you know. When I saw him in this meeting, I just knew that I needed him in my life. And no matter what the capacity was, I just needed him. I never got to know if he felt the same way about me. Toxicology report shows that James died of a compound that was 99% fentanyl. So he was told that he was being given heroin and he wasn't. So fentanyl got him. It was his first overdose and it was his last. After James passed, I relapsed myself because oblivion is easier than facing the fact. That's what all addicts run from for years. Is I just wanted to be in that oblivion one more time, but it didn't stop it anymore. That same miserable thought about he's gone and there's nothing I can do to bring him back was still there. And I just realized that maybe I'll give sobriety a shot, because the worst thing that could ever happen is maybe I'll be happy. The worst thing that could happen if I keep going is I'll die. It's interesting to see that the landscape has changed so much. The drug dealers have changed since I was here, and the drugs have changed, and it's not the way it used to be, and people are dying so much, and it's morbid looking, being on the outside looking in. I always equate it to like, they're in the crossfire and I'm in the trenches. And I'm just trying to wave a white flag, but I'm waiting for them to retreat with me. So women are at a really high risk for serious injury, for sexual violence, and for physical violence, of course. And I know plenty of people that have worked side by side with women in their active addiction, working with other sex workers, and they said that they've seen a lot of women never come back. Every once in a while, I'll go on little missions to go help somebody and see if I can find them, try to bring them somewhere safe. It's the most important thing, I think, for these women, is just letting them know this is not the way it has to be. We can fix this.